Kevin, you motherfucking avatar. You better start the fucking after the show now, motherfucker. Avatar ass bitch.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
So what happens when you give your entire audience your personal cell phone number? You get some interesting messages.
Oh, I know.
I get calls on my phone when we're a little late starting this thing, so I hope I'm on time today.
You better. You little bitch.
Do people ever send you weird pictures like they do to me?
I have not gotten any weird pictures yet that I can think of.
Don't say that. Now you're going to get some today.
I know. That's why I said it. Misery loves company.
Yeah, well, you know, the odd thing that I realized, too, is my daughter is better at checking all my messages than I am. Like, that was a voicemail. I didn't even know she had access to my voicemail.
Oh, my gosh. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Let her do all that, filter out, and only bring to you what you can use for comedy content.
Yeah, I was like, that's great. I love it. Yeah, we made a little video out of it. And,
It's
she had an
amazing.
idea. And, I would have missed it otherwise.
We should start the podcast where each time someone says they talk shit about somebody on the show, fuck Virginia or fucking stupid during the day, and then you just hear the music comes on.
Here we
And
are.
I'm like, Mom, why would you say that shit?
Here we are. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So
Thanks
for all
to
that stuff.
Caitlin. A little MVP action over there. She's been working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Helping us behind the scenes. She's on the payroll, but she's not on the payroll, and I appreciate that.
She's on the payroll, meaning she's getting zero pay.
She's taking daddy's money.
There you go.
That's it.
But she's been doing that.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, her whole life. Yeah, she's been doing that.
My motto is don't have a daughter unless you have 4 jobs.
Is that now? Can you get that on a bumper sticker?
Magnolia is the most expensive thing I've ever seen. I can't believe it. It just hit me up this morning for $117. It hit me up yesterday for $55 and then $12.
Are you calling your daughter it?
Yes.
It hit me up.
It is a big expense. Just if you're going to have a daughter, just know you have to have 4 jobs.
If you're going to have a daughter, it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you a lot.
Well, we were talking about the McDonald's Monopoly game that is going to be coming back, and I kind of was looking through some of the odds of some of the prizes that they had, and they did have some impressive stuff on there, but some of the odds are like 1 in 15 billion or something, or 13 billion, I think was one of them. I'm like, what the heck are we talking about?
I think
here?
you had better odds winning the Powerball.
Definitely.
You read off something that was...
It was millions for the Powerball and billions for McDonald's.
Yeah, it's 1 in 292 for the Powerball, 292 million. And then, for I think it was the RV maybe that they're giving away, and the Monopoly game, that was 1 in 13 billion.
What?
Now, some of the comments we got about that, one person said the odds for the grand prizes are extremely low because McDonald's only prints a very limited number of the rarest game pieces. Yeah, that part I got, while printing millions of the common ones. Yeah, I mean, if you want fries, you're going to like 1 in 25 is going to be winning some free small fries that you can get.
I mean, it's not getting me hard.
2 bites and we're done.
Yeah, I would have loved that when I was 3.
One person kind of broke it down, though, and they said McDonald's serves 69 million customers per day. And I'm sure each customer may get more than 1 game piece. So they could give out over 100 million game pieces per day. So the high odds kind of make sense then when you talk about the circulation out there. It's not necessarily just 1 game piece per person. So when you have that many people and that many game pieces, I guess that's why the odds go to 1 in 13 billion.
Okay, first of all, don't talk to Kevin like we're stupid.
With the emailer?
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. I just, it's kind of hard for me to believe. And that's when, as a kid, when I played it the first time, I started kind of realizing towards the end, thinking, so wait, all of the pieces that win this contest are just going to be in my own little town area? Probably not. I might have to drive to Wyoming to get the winning piece.
Yeah,
You started to think about how big the McDonald's reach is.
And how big of a waste of time it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say it was one of the greatest and most fun things I did as a child with my father and my little sister Becky.
Focus on the journey, not the destination. You won no prize at the end, but
I didn't realize it was all a big lie till the very end. And it was kind of a very good life lesson. Everything's going to disappoint you.
So Nate said, who's going to play a game that has been known to be corrupt? Now, I guess in McDonald's defense, it was the company they had that was scandalous with the Monopoly game. That's why it's not been around for a decade. It wasn't the restaurant themselves. They just need to hire better people to run their contests.
And they're hoping that, the young people don't know. Because unless you're older, you don't know about the scandal.
Yeah.
I don't know, because they have a lot of specials on this shit about the Monopoly scandal, and there's YouTube videos on it. Old people like YouTube, believe me. I know a lot of old motherfuckers that love watching YouTube. A couple of them are in this room.
I love it. One person said in the early 90s, I got a couple Monopoly game pieces from the newspaper. One was Park Place. I didn't go to McDonald's often, but a few weeks later, I went and got Boardwalk. But I had done some spring cleaning and realized I had thrown out the first piece, so basically I threw away $1 million. My husband reminds me often.
Is that how it worked?
I don't remember. Honestly, I do remember I had one of the two when I was a kid.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, and I think it was, you thought you were in it. That's what drove me back, because I was going crazy. And you're right. Now you talk about, I had access to one McDonald's. Yeah. And that was it. And I like that one piece is going to show up at that McDonald's.
And that's what I started to kind of realize. I go, we might have to leave other, just the Lake Park McDonald's may not cut it, guys.
Yeah.
We did hit up some West, but we started getting crazy with it. We started driving all over Palm Beach County, going through the trash. I was going through food, trying to find.
Right.
Just focus on the bonding experience, because that is awesome.
It really was.
You were young and dumb, and you were excited to play, and didn't realize that the world was going to step on your face.
What the fuck was my father's excuse? Because he really thought we were going to win too. No, my dad.
They get you.
That's what got me. My dad was convinced we had a shot of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was just trying to make me feel better. That motherfucker thought we were going to win.
He believed.
Yes, he did. He got us so jacked up, which I loved. I love that. It was a great experience.
Focus on that part of it.
Other things with odd numbers, YouTube. I was talking about how I woke up today and found that several of our KVJ videos were missing a good number of views. One of them at least had 10,000 that were gone. I was like, well, that's kind of crazy.
Was it YouTube or Instagram?
Sorry, Instagram. Thank you for correcting me. So it was Instagram where we were having the numbers issues. But one person had said that the reason why I got confused is their comment said YouTube will at least go back, and they've got algorithms to check for complete views. Initially, you see the number of all views, but they go back and check for full video views, and that's why the number goes down. Now, that's YouTube. I don't know. Maybe Instagram does the exact same thing.
They might. I know YouTube's very, very particular with the unique view, and they really have the data. Oh, you're scrolling or you're actually watching. So maybe that is what it is. Me and Denny's also think it could be some bots sometimes that they try to kick out of there. Because just in an algorithm, you still may get bots checking out your content.
Yeah, it should be. That's the one thing. We deal with it because it's our business. But, all this stuff and engagement, it comes down to advertising. It's about money. This is all a business. And so, we are in one of the traditional media forms, being radio. And the tough thing with, the proliferation of digital now is everybody wants to run to the shiny new thing. But you got to realize that just because you're on digital or social media ad, it may not be better at getting you money and customers. They call it return on investment.
There's manipulation going on there for sure.
And so to have digital clean up and make sure they're getting legitimate views and not things that are not really counting, because ultimately what businesses want is they want people to come to their place or online and buy whatever their products are and their wares. And there was one thing that I had seen yesterday, which they had said they're starting to realize when it comes to some of the social media advertising that it doesn't seem to be as effective as what you see on radio and TV because of the mindset that people are in as they're going through social media and how fast they're going doink, 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 and flipping through stuff. They're not engaging and waiting on an ad. Whereas with radio or a podcast or something like that, people aren't as quick because it's not as easy to just flip your finger up and you're out of the ad and you're on to the next piece of content. if you're watching, for instance, YouTube and an ad comes on, I could be like, oh, pick up the remote and I got to start click to try to get through it. So I may get a little bit more of an ad. And I may say, you know what, I'll sit through 10 seconds. I'm not going to be that jumpy. We're on social media. They're saying, I don't know how effective any of these ads are, especially on a TikTok, because how fast I watch my wife and my daughter. They're ting, 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 just, hitting stuff away. It's like they're swiping left on me on Tinder. It's like,
The other thing, too, people are getting called out, and you can get major violations on this with YouTube if you do get caught. Let's say you see somebody with the video and it's got 110,000 views on it, but it's got only 43 likes and 11 comments. It looks like you're buying some of your views, and you can buy views.
Yeah,
now,
right.
If you are buying views and you get caught doing that, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people do get caught, they'll fucking flag you. That'll be a violation on your YouTube.
Yeah, so it's a tough game being in the game that we are in, because you're faced with a lot of advertisers, but some of them are starting to come back around saying, hey, we put all of our money into digital buying and social media and stuff like that, and we're just not getting the return on it that we do with radio. And that's why I tell you, yeah, and it does make sense. When I read that yesterday, I'm like, yes, your mindset is, I'm not in a buying mindset right now. I am all about
scroll.
Yes, and you're triggered, and it's almost like they've done themselves wrong by how they've set up the dynamic of social media, that you can't be a good advertising platform unless it's integrated into content that you're already watching and enjoy. So something that's a straight out ad on social media, people ting, 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 and you can bounce that quickly away from it.
So we might not get fired yet.
Yes. Now, what I would expect is, I'm sure all the social media platforms are going to see that. And what I would do is be like, okay, well, let's have it that for every 10 videos or whatever, one comes on there that you can't scroll past. You got to sit through 10 seconds before you can continue scrolling. That's probably how they'll remedy it, because I'm sure when I'm seeing the headline, reading it, they're already aware of it and saying, hey, everybody's bouncing right past all the ads that they're seeing on our social media platforms.
And much like the Cheesecake Factory kind of factor that I always bring up, and I love Cheesecake Factory, there's only so many things the human brain can kind of comprehend at one time. And if everyone and the whole social media market is flooded, and it is, especially with influencers trying to sell you something, you kind of get Cheesecake Factory brain, and you can only handle so much of it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It starts to become not effective.
It has, yeah. No, I've argued that for a while. I am a big proponent of lowering the amount of commercials that we run and doing them less and integrating the content a little bit better and making them more effective. Look, I want advertising. I really do. I love finding things and be like, oh, I'd love to buy that, or I'd love to go there, or I'd love to eat this, or I'd love to try that.
Because I know it works, because somebody's told me they used it and they liked it.
Yes, and that's why, we do like the KVJ.eats now, because it's like, oh, cool, because I'm like, I found myself loving other people's videos, showing me new restaurants and bars to go to. I'm like, hey, we do the same thing. Why don't we do that?
If we continue to do the KVJ Eats, I'm telling you that's going to blow up. I have a very strong feeling about that.
Right. So I'm doing everything we can to try to make sure that I would love to get to a place. And look, I am very progressive, and I'm fighting against people in this industry that radio's been around for over 100 years.
Dinosaur!
Yeah. And so, to me, I'm like, all right, let's try to make everything that we do impactful. And that includes every commercial that we run. How can we do it so it's not something that's a negative, it's a positive? People go, oh, I'm finding a lot of cool products that I really want. I said, until we can kind of answer that, I think we need to continue on that quest to try to make our advertising better and less. Yeah, you're right. When you have 8 minutes of commercials, how many in between there are you getting that are being effective?
Well, the other two, just not how people get content anymore. I mean, think about any show you have to sit through to get, the next part for 8 minutes. That's it's not normal anymore.
No, that's not now. Not now. Absolutely. Yeah, and, some people do. Carl had said the best way to watch KVJ is log in late, scrub back to the start of the show, and I can fast forward through the commercials and songs. And I can't listen any other way. And look, I'll even tell you with football games, for me, what I do a lot of times is I let the game play. It drives my family nuts. They can't stand it. They hate how I watch games. It drives them crazy. They're like, if it's not live, what are you doing? Like, I'm a madman. But I'll calmly just sit there. I know the game started, and I kind of stay away from everything. And 45 minutes to an hour later, I go, all right, let's watch the game. And then I'm zipping through all the commercials and getting right through it. And I'm like, this is great.
Well, typically people don't love commercials. Like, that shouldn't be a controversial statement.
Yeah, and I think too, what I read in that article, and it makes so much sense, is you got to think about the consumer's mindset. Sometimes you have a mindset where you're leisurely browsing for stuff you want to buy. And you're like, I'm in the market for this, and I want good information to help me make a good, educated decision on a product that I either want or I don't even know that I need. So tell me about it.
Like a 9-foot, werewolf.
Exactly.
Lowe's has your number.
But then there are other times where you're just, give me content, man. I want a quick rush of something. I ain't got time. So if you show me an ad, it's not going to sink in because my mindset's not ready to drink in advertising right now. And I think that's it. That's why I think something like a KVJ Eats is great because it's content that's also, and look, we're not making money off of it, so we're doing it terribly.
We're doing it for the love of the game.
We're doing it for the love of the game. We're actually losing money because we're buying the meals there.
Yes,
so
we actually are.
And then working on the video, editing it. Yeah, it's
right now the business plan's terrible. Right now the business plan's absolutely god awful.
Do it our way.
Yeah. God awful.
We're losing money, but we, like you said, love of the game, baby.
Love of the game. Look, you got to eat, don't you, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think eventually what we got to get to is you got to recognize the consumer. What mindset are they in? Are they in a buying mindset right now? Are they shopping for stuff? And then how do we present them with our product that we think is exactly what they need, and they'll be receptive to it? You catch them at the wrong time and they're not there, they're not going to be receptive to advertising.
It also, too, depends on what you're selling people as well. I mean, I know there's been times where I've been asked to endorse something. I'm like, that's going to sound very bizarre. I have to turn that down.
They wanted Jay Bird to endorse like all these beauty and wellness and like Botox places.
I'm like, first of all, if one more motherfucker comes up to me to try to get me to do Botox, like, what are you trying to tell me?
Yes.
I get it. My face looks like a catcher's mitt.
I want you to do Botox, but I only want you to do one side of your face, so you are a walking billboard for Botox Works.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys are getting my old wrinkled ass until the day I die.
Suck it.
I'm going out like the Emperor from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
A few people got that reference.
I don't know what that means.
It's not a very good joke.
Some of the other stuff that we have here and the conversation that we had was with one of the posts and losing the numbers was just randomly one of our videos. It wasn't any better than any other video we ever do. It just for some reason took off. And, it makes sense now. Maybe something happened where Usain Bolt saw it and liked it, and then that propelled it. Because I saw him like, well, why is this video taking off? What was it? My daughter went back through and she's like, who Usain Bolt is? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, look, he liked your video. I was like, that's so random.
Oh,
And then it took off running.
That has to help.
It did, yes. You're right, yeah.
I talked over your joke. Oh, boy.
That's okay.
That's good.
I took over all yours.
You should do it more often.
So, yeah, that probably was what it was. But how random is that? That he would find that, see that, like it, and it propels it.
I love it.
Look, sometimes you
Are
get...
we following him?
I don't know, but
We should be.
Sometimes, a video is, like a sprint. Sometimes it's a marathon.
I see you working.
So we're talking about all the other people that have had somebody that is a celebrity that's liked or shared or commented on one of their posts. And somebody was excited when Sabrina Carpenter had been into and commented on one of her Vine videos back in the day. And we're asking, okay, well, she's been a pop star for a hot minute, but what about 10 years ago when Vine was around and you were talking about how maybe she might have been an actress? And Michelle said, yeah, you're correct, Bird. Sabrina Carpenter, she's a Disney kid. She was a child actress, and she was on the reboot of the Boy Meets World show called Girl Meets World.
Okay, I thought I knew she was a Disney kid. They got a whole...
Girl Meets World. That had to be big.
Nah.
It wasn't?
I don't think it...
You always bring up Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World was big. I'm not trying to turn this into a gender war. I don't know if Girl Meets World. What the fuck is it called? Girl Meets Boy? whatever the shit it's called. I don't think it had.
I don't think you watched it.
I don't think it had the numbers. I could be wrong. I don't. Denny's worst of the week right here. Submission.
And Crystal said, Fishin' Garrett, the guy who picks snakes out of the Everglades and says, yoink, once liked my story.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that dude. I can't believe he's walking around the Everglades in the dark and he's just got like a flashlight and he's grabbing all these critters. And he does. He goes, yoink, and he just picks them right up.
Oh, he's like, oh, man, I got a catchphrase. I'll be able to do some merch with the Yoink shirts.
But is he the one that walks barefoot and like feels them with his foot and then picks them up?
No, I think that was another dude. That was that guy's kind of like a hillbilly. And he goes, he that's how he finds pythons. He goes and he walks through the water in his bare feet, and then he will step on them and feels them, and then he pulls them right out.
His catchphrase is doink.
we got some crazy bastards down
They
here. They
both plagiarize in Scooby-Doo. Zoinks.
Yeah, close.
But, and you're right. We've got some crazy bastards here in Florida.
The one that I fall in like too. Have you seen Python Cowboy?
No, who's that?
I think I have seen that.
Yeah, that's the guy. I was mesmerized by one of his videos. He does a lot of that stuff too, but he had this dog, he'd go around. I guess he had a little side hustle where he's going and he was finding the iguanas. And so he would be on a little boat and they'd be going through canals, and the iguanas love water. So I know in my neighborhood, we have kind of like a little, one of those recesses that holds some water. It's not necessarily a canal. Iguanas all over the place now, and they're just multiplying like crazy. It used to be just a couple of years ago. Now there's probably about 50, and they're just all over the place.
And they're so invasive,
and they multiply like motherfuckers.
What are we doing about this?
The other
thing, he's doing something about it. Like he has this dog, and the dog loved it. It was so fun watching. But the dog would be in the boat, and it would see an iguana up there. It would jump out of the boat onto the bank and go and grab the iguana by the back of the neck, and then he would show you all the iguanas that he got. And this dog you could tell the dog just loved it.
Wow.
It's a video game that he's playing in real life.
He just couldn't even believe his life. He's like, this is the best life ever.
I'm too soft. I'd see that. I'd vomit. Look, oh my God, this is so hard to watch.
Fascinating to watch, though. And
you wouldn't have made it as a hunter.
No, I'm a pussy.
You are a giant pussy.
I said a couple months ago, I'm okay with that.
Short Cookie Pennington.
Yeah, but there are some good influencers in South Florida. There's some accounts that are very entertaining.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Doing some good stuff.
We got the iguanas here. We were filming for the KVJ movie, and we were by the lake, and I saw like 3 of them.
Oh, this area alone.
They're here.
Oh, we have a shit ton of iguanas here. And the thing I've noticed, because I've been very iguana curious, they're not as scared of people anymore. You can kind of walk up and they kind of are like, all right, bitch, what you got?
There was one yesterday. It was crossing the road on my way home, and it's not far from my house. And this thing is massive. It was, not counting the tail, probably the body of it was a good 3 feet. And it was probably it's one of the biggest iguanas that I've ever seen. It was just walking slowly. And then I kind of nudged up a little bit. Didn't even come close to hit it. And all of a sudden kind of like flipped out and did that tail whip thing. Yeah. I saw a video with one guy, and he was getting close to this iguana, and the iguana kept whipping him like in the back and the leg. And he was doing it just for, but I was like, holy crap, man, those things can whip. And it just all of a sudden freaked out and did a whoosh.
It tried to whip your car?
I think so. I think it kind of tried to whip at the car. And I'm like, damn, because it was just walking slowly, calm, and all of a sudden he's went,
was he in the crosswalk?
No, jaywalking. He should have gotten a ticket.
Iguanas they'll sweat us no more, and they will fight back. They got a bit of attitude, kind of like the Florida squirrels. Just kind of like,
puffing chests
I don't give a shit that you're human. Go. I got 10 of us over here, bitch.
Yeah.
They also love I feel like they love the heat, man. They do. The hot asphalt.
Well, they do. They hang out on the asphalt. They love all that. And then for some reason, then they go to the bank of the water, I guess, I don't know if they cool off or what their deal is.
They're going, this world we live in, it's crazy. We don't belong here, but we're here.
I went back. There's a big patch of concrete, and there was probably about 20 of them just all chilling together.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, dang, there used to be like 2, and now they're all over.
And they love to pork.
Clearly.
Oh, yeah. They're porking all out Virginia.
You're going to make a video of them like you did of the bunnies?
No, I didn't make a video of the bunnies. Not everything's. I got to be careful with the videos I'm posting, because if you have too many animals fucking, people start talking.
You're like an animal porn producer now.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think you've hit your limit.
You're the Ron Jeremy of the nature
You go any
world.
further, you're just going to have to own it and be like, all right, this is what I do. I do animal porn. It's just my thing.
It excites me, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
it gets
sorry.
me going.
It's my sick thing.
Yeah. Rita, she said, I don't know if you remember, there was a show back in the 90s called California Dreams about a high school rock band in California. I had the biggest childhood crush on the character Jake Summers, played by Jason Anthony Frank. And a few years ago, in my Facebook group, I brought up the show, which not too many people remember, and somebody tagged Jason Anthony in it. He commented on it and added me to his friends. So now I'm online friends with my childhood celebrity crush. So we've actually spoken several times.
So things didn't go well after that show, I take it?
No, he's living in Australia now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And always the first to wish me happy birthday. Okay.
Oh, that means he wants to go down under, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Got an email here from Veronica, and she's kind of calling out the chat room for their disdain for the choice of the NFL to have Bad Bunny play the Super Bowl halftime show. And I don't know who makes that decision, if it was Super Bowl, if they give Jay-Z full autonomy to make it, because Bad Bunny was saying he was working out when Jay-Z called him to let him know that he was going to be the halftime performer.
I think the Super Bowl likes putting it on Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's fine being the heavy, but you know it's got to be like a committee.
But is Jay-Z the one that runs the halftime show now?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think he's in charge of putting together the artists, but I'm sure people have to all go, okay. I mean, Bad Bunny is massive.
Yeah, and that's really it, you know. So you can say all that, but his numbers are absolutely huge.
It doesn't,
and they're really trying to grow the sport internationally. And I think I saw their largest demographic is Hispanics. That's growth, at least as far as growth from year to year. So they're saying, hey, this checks off all the boxes of what we want for growth. And Veronica had said, you know, his Debí Tirar Más Fotos Puerto Rican residency was estimated to bring in $200 million of revenue to an island that is, by the way, still recovering from 2017's Hurricane Maria, but it instead brought in $713 million. Yeah, and he's been doing some great things.
Look,
with all that.
Every single year, people bellyache about who is playing. It's like food, music, it's everything. What the fuck is this shit? What are you talking about? This is amazing. So no matter who you put on center stage, someone's going to be butthurt about it.
And I think they want the engagement of
the fighting,
discord.
Of course.
They love it.
You can bring back the Beatles. The fucking Beatles? What about the Monkees?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I'll stick with my position. I like multiple artists, and it's no knock against Bad Bunny or saying that he couldn't hold the stage, and I think he could like any other performer they've had. I just always preferred when they had a rotation of different artists in there to try to scratch every itch, and they played their 1 or 2 to 3 biggest songs or a portion of it.
A montage.
Yeah, I prefer that. That's my preference.
Yeah, because it's fun. It's like when in wrestling, when they do like the 40-man Royal Rumble, when someone's going to run down every 2 minutes, you go, who's going to run down? Who's next? It gives you some excitement. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't act like that was a bad point. Fuck this. I'm out of here.
What's a Royal Rumble?
Yeah, she's just looking at me like I've got 9 heads, as if her husband doesn't have the same stance I have.
Oh, they are wrestling brothers for life.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And thought this was kind of interesting. Virginia was talking about how somebody had asked her to be a reference for them. And so we had a debate on, are you completely honest when the person calls, and if they ask you a direct question, like, are they reliable? Are they a good worker? High productivity, those kind of things where you'd be like, ooh, and you know that they hardly ever show up and they leave early and their work is always messed up and they're probably going to tank your business if you hire them.
They have emotional issues.
Yeah, right. So, you know, it could go on and on. You're like, okay, all right, what do I do with this?
They've been known to set fires for no reason.
Yeah. One person said, you know what, there is a way sometimes you can spin those reference questions like, you know, yeah, when I work with them, they were great. Or like if they say, do they talk too much? Yeah, you know what, they just get along well with others. So, you know, there's maybe a way that you can, without lying, you can spin it and say it.
I told you that. And what's the place gonna do if they find out your friend's not any good? Hunt you down?
No.
Like you're in the cartel or something?
It's not gonna matter a diddly dick if I give her a good reference. Now, it will matter a diddly dick if I give her a bad one. Because if that gets back to her, she'll be heartbroken, and I don't need that heat.
Like Kevin just said, there's a way to spin it to where you can still be a good friend and not have to be
I don't give a shit about this place of business.
There you go.
When you look at it like that and you say, okay, if you care about the person, then you kind of got to lie. You talked me into lying.
What's like if someone there's plenty of people who ask me, do I look fat in this? That I go, nope, not at all. I'm not going to tell the fucking truth. You think I'm nuts? I'm going to fucking lie. I'm sorry.
Damn, I've asked you that.
I will always say skinny as a mini.
April wanted to circle back to Virginia, see if you ever checked out Love and Marriage Huntsville, best reality show ever, she says.
Oh, I need to check that one out. I did not.
Okay. And also this one said, Jaber will periodically mention that Robin Williams, Daniel, was the true villain in Mrs. Doubtfire. I totally disagree. First of all, it seems that Miranda had something going on with Stu before she decided to leave Daniel, hence the call he made to office, specifically requesting her to work on his project and hinting at a prior relationship that they once shared. Maybe it was before her marriage, but when she reconnects with Stu, he mentioned that he had been thinking about her the last couple years, therefore hinting that something happened between them during the marriage.
Objection, Your Honor. Just because someone was thinking about somebody else does not make the other party guilty.
Also, Daniel had his faults, but he was a good father, yet Miranda took him to court to contest custody. She was dropping the kids off to him late and picking them up early, infringing on his time.
I never said that she was a great mother either.
She then opted for a nanny instead of just letting him have the kids after school. It was her refusal that birthed the idea of Mrs. Doubtfire, and then Stu badmouthed Daniel at the pool, calling him a loser behind his back. Stu and Miranda were no angels, as Jason tends to imply.
Objection. You are clearly just a Mrs. Doubtfire fan and is on Team Daniel. Daniel has attempted murder charges that should have been completely reported.
He does.
He poisons the guy almost. He finds out he's allergic to a certain type of powder or whatever, an ingredient, and he feeds it to him.
You could poison people in the 80s, though.
It was allowed.
It was a lot more loose.
Yeah.
Nowadays, in toxicology, they'll figure out that you poisoned somebody. It's not as fun.
Whoever wrote that email, what if we're both right? What if we're both wrong? I think there's a little bit
of your opinion.
There's a truth to, I think, both sides of our story, but Daniel was not a stable father. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. You know, sometimes we don't agree on absolutely everything.
Yes,
and that's okay.
I love stupid fights.
Yep. Well, we got plenty of them right here. That's what we do.
Yeah, we are number one in stupid fights.
That's it. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Tuesday. Working our way through the week. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.